Wow, this just leaked the 7950 XTX by AMD. Let's get busy and talk about it. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are in the world, you know it is JJ on JJ's PC Builds. I just got this leak in, and it looks like I'm checking out Tech Power Up, and it looks like they got some stats out on this. From what they're saying is the Radeon RX 7950 XTX is a graphics card from AMD that was never released, but on a 5 nanometer process based on Navi 31 graphics processor. It's Navi 31 XTX Plus variant. The card supports DirectX 12. This ensures all modern gamers will run on RX 7950 XTX. Additionally, the DirectX 12 Ultimate compatibility guarantees support for hardware ray tracing, variable rate shading, and more. And upcoming video games. The Navi 31 graphics processor is a large chip with the die area of 529 millimeter, 57,700 million transistors, featuring 6144 shading units, 384 texture mapping units, and 192 ROPS. The card also has 96 ray tracing acceleration cores. AMD has prepared 24 gigabytes of GDR6 memory with the RX 7950 XTX, which are connected by using a 384-bit memory interface. So that means it's going to have a 384-bit bus. If you don't know what that is, then you're going to find out sooner or later. The GPU is operating at a frequency of 2200 megahertz, which can be boosted up to 3300 megahertz. Memory is running at 2500 megahertz, 20 gigabytes effective, 20 gigabits per second effective, sorry. Being a dual slotted card, the AMD Radeon RX 7950 XTX draws power from two 8-pin power connectors with the power draw rating at 355 watts maximum. Display outputs include one HDMI 2.1A, two display ports 2.1, and one USB-C, USB Type-C. Radeon RX 7950 XTX is connected to the rest of the system using a PCI Express 4.0 x16. Card's dimensions are 287 millimeters by 135 millimeters by 51 millimeters, and it features dual slot cooling solution. Oh, that seems like that's big. That's big news right there. Oh yeah, I mean that's some big news there. All right, so let's now flip to the action screen so I can show you all some stats that I pulled up. Okay, it looks like from what I'm seeing here is this, that they show the Radeon RX 7950 XTX at 100%. Right below that is the GeForce RTX 4090 at 7% lower than this card's going to be. Now, if they say what they're saying it's going to be a hot one. It looks like AMD's got a trick up their sleeve. Let's see what they got. It has never been released yet, so that could be the reason why they were waiting for the right moment. So this is just a leak. This is just a leak for right now. But looking at it, it's got the 6144 shading units, the 384 TMUs, 192 ROPS, Compute units 96, RT cores 96. It's got L0, L1, L2, L3 cache at 96 megabytes. It's 5 nanometer process. Base clock's 2200 megahertz. Shader clock's 3000 megahertz. Game clock is 3000 megahertz. Boost clock is 3300 megahertz. And memory clock's 2500 megahertz. 20 gigabits per second effective. Pixel rates 633.6 gigapixels. Texture rates 1267 gigapixels. The FP16 is 162.2 teraflops, 2 to 1. The FP32 is 81.10 teraflops. And the FP64 is 2,534 teraflops, which is 1 to the 32nd. Wow. Wow, that's going to be big. With the memory size of 24 gigabytes, GDR6, 384-bit. Bandwidth, 960 gigabits. 960 gigabits. That's going to be like twice the power of the card that I got in this computer, the RTX 4070. Close to it. Wow, that's going to be a beast. That's going to be a super beast. They got it right here on Tech Power Up. I mean, y'all can take a look and take a gander. You know, just type in Radeon RX 7950 XTX and type in specs, and should pull up Tech Power Up, and you should be able to get to it to take a gander for yourself. You know, but, you know, to give a good idea, to see, wow, I was exactly right when I said that about the bandwidth. See, they got the RTX 4070 right here at 50%. That means this card is twice as fast as the card that I got in my computer right now. That's sick. That is super sick. You know, I mean, 350 watts, they suggest a 750 watt power supply. It's dual slot, so that's not too bad. It's not going to be a big honky card. So, but it's going to be a good one. Looks like it does the DirectX 12 Ultimate 12.2. It does 4.6 OpenGL, 2.2 OpenCL, Vulkan 1.3, and shader model 6.7. And it's got all the die sizes and everything else. I'm not going to go through all that. But it is PCIe 4.0x16. So that means that's a good thing. Now, when they come out with the PCIe 5.0 series, I'm sure there's going to be some honky cards, I'm telling you. But from what I'm looking at it right here, it says recommended gaming solution 1080p, 1440, and 4K. It does all three. So this is going to be a biggie. This is going to be a biggie. Look at that die right there. That's going to be a big old die, it looks like. You know, this is going to be a card everybody's going to be fighting for. I can tell you that much. Everybody's going to be fighting for this card. So, keeping that in mind, looking at it, make sure y'all got your drink. I just jumped right into this news. This is some hot news right here. I mean, let's look at the facts and the fiction of it. Okay, let's start with the fiction part of it. Now, the fiction part of it is that they held back this card for a reason, to give everybody a cut down card of this one for the 7900 XTX. I can see this is a cut down card from this, if they're claiming this is this fast. So basically, when everybody bought the RX 7900 XTX, you're getting a cut down card from that. From this is this is supposed to be, it looks like this was supposed to be their flagship. Now, they were kind of on the fence when NVIDIA dropped the RTX 4090 out, and it's doing all that, it has all that power. That's probably one reason why they are in the fence putting this card out. So what they did was they put a cut down card out, to offset the RTX 4080, supposedly. That was their initial journey. But from what I'm seeing right now, and I'm getting this news here and looking at this information, that what they did is they held back from the consumer back from getting this card because they were going to see how well Nvidia did with the 4090 before they sprung this one out. They might not spring it out. They might just hold back and come out with something better than this, as an upgrade to make it look like, that they didn't give everybody a cut down version of the RX 7900 XTX, where they had the 7950 XTX in the beginning that they were supposed to put out. And this is probably the reason why everybody was thinking to themselves, they're sitting there talking all that smack that, they're going to have all this power in this card and it's going to outbeat Nvidia. And when they found out the kind of cards Nvidia were putting out, they said, okay, well, we're going to hold this one back for a rainy day. So sooner or later, this card's probably going to pop out. This is just a leak, that I've got my hands on this information for this leak. But just looking at it alone, if Tech Power Up's got it on their site and it hasn't been released yet, it's never released, then that means they're holding back for something bigger. That means AMD's holding back for something bigger. And probably something bigger and better than what Nvidia has cooked up into their little slew. But, I think AMD needs to come clean and tell everybody, hey, we do have a bigger card than the RTX 4090. They need to come clean with it. And they need to, get it out there this year sometime. And they need to, present it and say, look, now we got a more powerful card and it's going to blow your mind, and it's got AV1 encoding and it's got everything, RDNA 3, and it's just loaded. But the thing is, if they do come out with that card, there's going to come a hefty price with it, I would imagine. So if Nvidia come out with the $1,600 MSRP on the 4090, and AMD is going to come out with at least equal or greater of a price on the 7950 XTX. Now, from what I'm hearing, there's more cards in the works. So if I get my hands on any more leaks, I'll make sure that, my subscribers here know, and everybody that's watching the channel know that it's coming. So just to be patient, the cards are coming. So I just wanted to get this out here real quick just to let you know that they got this going on and they're kind of holding back for some reason. So, and I'm pretty sure is because they're trying to see where Nvidia is going to be going with their stuff before they put out their good stuff. So we haven't seen the good stuff yet. We're just seeing all the crap stuff that they're putting out right now, that AMD's putting out right now. So that's what my thought is right now, is they're putting out all this crap stuff just to make the next big thing that comes out, make it look like it's really the good stuff. This is what you really wanted to buy. So they're trying to offset the cost of putting out the good stuff by having everybody buy the crap stuff. And when that happens, they're going to lose on their shirt, for the simple fact, and I hate to say this, they're going to lose their shirt when they find out nobody's going to buy it, because they're going to have a hefty price to it. The only ones that are going to buy it are the 1%ers, and those are going to be the enthusiasts. You know, the ones that, you know, overclock cards and stuff like that. But the regular consumer, they're not going to have that kind of money to be buying, you know, a high rank card like the 7950 XTX. So I don't foresee this card going to be doing anybody justice except for the scalpers and everybody else that want to talk about it. But unless I had it here in my hands to test it, you know, and I'm just speculating right now by looking at it, with it having a uplift of 7% over the 4090 from Nvidia. You know, it's got to be something. It's got to be good. So let's hope that they got something cooking in the background, so that way, you know, when they give everybody the right time, they're probably going to wait until after July, probably wait till around Christmas time to throw this card out there and say, we got a bone for you. So maybe this is going to be one of their Christmas special cards. And then maybe, you know, Nvidia comes out with an RTX 5090 or something like that. You never know what they got in their little stockings. So let's hope that they all got something good, but not with a hefty price. Right now, the prices are a little bit too large for people to afford, you know, these off-rank cards, especially if they're giving cards that are, you know, right now they're presenting cards in between 8 and 16 gigabytes. You know, they're not really going to sell the 8 gigabyte ones because they're barely going to sell. 16 gigabytes might sell, but if it's a low rank card, I don't think it'll sell much, because people are not looking for low rank cards. They'd rather have a higher rank card that has more horsepower with more VRAM, instead of it being like you got the high end where you got low amount of VRAM on it, but you got your low end with the amount of high VRAM on it. It doesn't make sense. It's not computing in between the two. So basically you need one card with the stuff in one card to put it into the other card in order to have one big card that, you know, that pushes out there and does the job. So they're cutting the cards apart by putting lower amount of cores on one but putting higher VRAM on one. That's cheating the customer. You know, if you want the customer, the gamers, to be happy, build a card that's low priced, that's got a high amount of VRAM, that's got, you know, a good amount of cores and everything else, that's got some push to play these games. Now, these newer games coming out are requiring more and more VRAM, but when you guys are selling cards that can't push out for the VRAM and can't push out for the cores and can't keep up, guess what happens? Nobody's going to buy it. You're going to have reviewers out there telling everybody, look, don't buy this. Just like what they're doing with the 4060 Ti. The 8 gigabyte, they're telling everybody, it might be an okay card, but for the price, don't buy it. That's what they're telling everybody right now. But anyway, I figured I'd get this out there for y'all to, you know, get this information. So if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. We're trying to work towards 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And welcome all the new subscribers. Welcome to the family. Welcome to JJ's PC Builds. And the subscribers that are here, want to thank you all for the support and the love that you show on the channel. We do much appreciate it. It's most definitely appreciated. But I'm going to get up out of here. I just wanted to get this video out to you real quick. Until the next time and the next video. This is JJ on JJ's PC Builds. We will see you on the next one.